Hi everyone, how you doing? We've got our cuppers. Yay! Cheers to everyone. Just let us know that you can hear us and see us okay in the chat. We've got the CB on with the palm trees. Thank you for if you're joining us. Before we start, just let us know that you can hear and see us okay, because we are obviously abroad, connected to the internet. Not as fast as it normally is, so we just want to make sure. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us okay. That would be appreciated. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be going through in this show. Oh yeah, Matt says looks blooming lovely. You both look lovely. Thank you very much. I've got my Wolves bucket hat. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute, but I've got my bucket hat up. I've got my bucket on here. Now, listen, Emma said when we originally were going to do this, she said she's going to get a cocktail. She's just been up and had a cocktail, so we're back at the room. We're in our little garden, and if I just put that up to you, you can sort of see back there. That's the backdrop that we've got, which isn't bad. That's actually real, not fake, by the way. If you've seen some of the we walk around yesterday, so. Yeah, how is Morocco going? It's fantastic. They can hear us loud and clear. So thank you ever so much for joining us. In this video, we're going to be talking a bit about Wolves. Obviously, we won the last game. Getting the producers thinking about this. We're going to be talking about, obviously, Gary O'Neill. Also, Matt Hobbs.
Are you not sick of talking about Gary O'Neill?
No, not really. Matt Hobbs as well. We're going to talk about Matt Hobbs because there's something come out today, which we put out on our tweet. And then we're going to do a Q&A with you guys. But first off, as always, even though it's a bit of a Wolves chat this week, we do have to give you the results of last week's Premier League predictions. Now, look, I won my first week. Didn't I not? And guess what? As if by magic, Wolves won as well. So you can all blame me for the bad run. But who do you think won this week after I won last week? Is it Emma, Team Emma, or is it Team Dave? So let me know if you think Team Emma won or Team Dave. Aeon, how do I say that? Aeon. Owen Cook says looks lovely and warm. To be honest, it is warm. It's 20s, but it is a little bit cooler than it's been previous days. It's not a green screen. I promise you, it's definitely not a green screen. That's real. Woo woo. If you just look behind there, it's not green. Honestly, it'd be good green screen though, wouldn't it?
I don't know if you can actually see that much because of the light reflecting.
Yeah, there you go. Lovely to see Neves at the match. Said Matt thinks Dave won, but he's got laughy faces. Derek says Emma. Team Dave from me and Jade. Oh, and Jade team. What happened to Jade being Team Dave? She was Team Dave. She switched. Honestly. Carl says Dave.
He's probably worked
it
out.
He thinks he's worked it out. Matthew said it's Emma. Hi, Brandon. Wyatt, Team Dave. So have you noticed I'm getting a bit of a swing my way?
Well, you've won one now.
I have won one. So do you guys want to know the results?
Come on, get on with it. Tell them how we've done.
So here we go. Boom! Oops, what have I got there as my background? I need a better background than that. Let's see if I can.
It's only going to be up a minute.
How's my background?
You've got the extra time background that you got on the wrong day.
I know. How do I get to that now? I can't even remember.
Don't worry about it. Let's talk before they get bored.
Oh, is it this one? No, here we go.
Why don't we talk before they get bored about how you whopped me?
Okay. Well, anyway, extra time will be, is normally on a Sunday night. So there you go. But as you can see,
it's all because you got 3, Bob on.
Yeah, because I'm getting good, and I'm getting good.
Are you putting more effort in?
No, but look at this. So Emma got 1, 2, 3, 4 correct results, but she didn't get a correct score. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 correct results, Forget how good I was. I got Liverpool to beat Villa 2-0. I got Man United to beat Leicester 3-0. I got Chelsea and Arsenal to draw 1-1. And I nearly got the Wolves result right as well. So now, guys, it's 8-2.
Yeah, but what about the Spurs result? That was a bit unexpected.
Well, it was, yeah. What did you go for that? I mean, we both got Brentford. I went for a draw on that one as well, didn't I? Yeah, you didn't do too good at all, did you? I mean, the closest one, you didn't really get close, did you? To any of them? Oh, maybe your Fulham one was the closest. Yeah, the Spurs result was a bit of a shock. But look at that. I got 10 points to your 4. So that was a spanking. Come on, go, Dave.
Maybe your look's going to improve.
But I hope that means that Wolves win the next game because that, look, 4 points, 10. You're still 82-61, but I'm closing the gap. I'm closing the gap. Hold on. Let's have a look and see what everyone's saying. Matt's laughing. Scott said, why have I changed that to blue? How's that changed to blue? Oh, I'm all over the shop with this, aren't I now? Because they've changed it all. I don't want blue. I don't want blue. I want me other colour back. Where's that? Where's my colour?
That'll do.
That's close. That's close enough. We'll go with the bubble as well. Look. 10 points, Jade said, sorry. I should think so, Jade. You can't desert your team.
Nothing wrong with us ladies sticking together, Jade.
I know, but look, come on. Jade was on my team. Carl White.
Secret phone friend.
Secret phone a friend. Is that you, Carl? White says, well done. Brandon says, can you sing happy birthday to him for Sunday? Are you ready?
Oh, I don't sing. I'm rubbish. You really don't want me to sing.
I'll just go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon.
Happy birthday to you.
Do for Sunday. Emma, 21 points ahead. She isn't. She's 19 points ahead. If you look, she's 19 points ahead. Oh, 19 points ahead. 82. Oh, she is. She's 21 points ahead. I wish I hadn't looked at that. I thought I was getting closer. David been working with the PGML to get his results.
Yeah.
Excellent work, Dave, says Roger. Well done, Dave. So look, that's the results. We will obviously we're not going to talk anymore about Premier League in terms of the thing, but we are going to be now turning our attention to Wolves. So you'll be able to ask us some questions. But first off, Emma,
here we go.
We won a game 2-0 against Southampton. How are you feeling about Wolves and Gary O'Neill now?
You want the truth? Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in.
There you go. How are you feeling?
I still think it's inevitable that he'll go.
You'll think it's inevitable?
I think he'll go.
No, think or want?
Both. If you look back to when Strand Larsen was brought into Wolves and Matt Hobbs spoke, he said that he told Jurgen Strand Larsen that Wolves were planning to be close to and pushing for European places. So that was clearly the club's objective. We're nowhere near that. The objective's probably changed now.
Right.
The objective is to stay up.
Yeah.
But if that's what they were expecting from this squad and Gary O'Neill, he's failed dramatically.
Well, first of all, Jared says, looks over there, we're not in Spain, no, but we are somewhere sunny.
We are in Africa.
Scott says Jade is no longer Team Gary O'Neill, and neither is he. Matthew on that says, do you think Gary O'Neill is still the right man to take us forward? No. Or do you think you need a new manager?
Yep, new manager.
You do.
What do you think?
Well, do you know what, guys? I lost it after Brentford. If you watch my match reaction and watch thing at half time, I was so positive, and then we were so bad. That was when I turned. But to be fair, the results since then: draw, win. So if a new manager had come in after that, and then we like talking Express and Star, you'd have said that's a solid start. However, you know, they're all been battling performances.
I'm just worried that if you're going to give him till Christmas, and then we've got next to no points at Christmas, whoever's going to come in has got an impossible task.
A difficult task as well. Well, this
Impossible?
Well, it's not impossible. Nothing is
I know,
impossible.
but you're coming in.
Improbable, maybe. Look, where I'm at, yeah, I've stuck up for Gary O'Neill a lot. Because he got us out the mire when Lopetegui walked out. He did a fantastic job. Then we had all the injuries. It fell away at the end of the season. But everyone was going, you know what? We could have been relegated. We're never in a relegation battle. Okay, had a lot of injuries. Finished 14th. Well done, Gary O'Neill. Loads of people were saying new contract. I think 4 years is a bit excessive.
Yeah.
But
I wanted him to have a new contract at that point.
you were probably proposing 7 years, weren't you?
No, I was not.
Now look. Tough start to the season in terms of fixtures, yes, but we did get a lot more points.
I'm sick of hearing that
We're all sick of it, and
tough
that's
fixtures. Yeah.
and that's why, because we should have got more points. We threw away winning positions 3 times. He was outthought tactically by managers and
Eddie Howe,
Emery
and
others.
who else?
Well,
Who else did we come back from? There's someone else.
yeah, there was, but look. Then the comeback against Brighton, when we were the better team, we made changes at half time. We played really well. We got the comeback against Brighton. We got the draw against Crystal Palace, even though it was turning that day. Could have gone that day. And then you're right, we beat Southampton.
If you just look, it's not been convincing. If you look at the Southampton performance, we look disjointed, there's no cohesion, we're not playing as a team. What actually won us that game was individual brilliance from players and their determination to get something. It wasn't great team tactics. We didn't play great as a team. Cunha scored an absolute banger.
It was a great goal, though, wasn't it? It was Neves.
And
I think it was Neves inspired.
We have some fantastic players. They should not be in the relegation positions.
Cannot be. Well, yeah, I mean, there is that.
I thought that was sensation.
Yeah, that's funny. Sensation might make a surprise appearance. You never know. Scott says Emma to be manager and I could be assistant. And we'd have a go, wouldn't we? Yeah. Matt says, I feel a lot of the players are just not happy. Aït-Nouri, Cunha, Gomez will be gone at the end of the season. These players are too good for everyone. I don't see that the players are not happy. I don't see the vibe I'm not getting is they're not happy and they're not behind the manager.
I don't think they're not happy, but come the end of the season and a hard slog, they're going to want to.
Well, possibly, depending on whether fortunes upturn and stuff. Like, if they think they ain't going to want to be in a relegation team battle every year, but like, again, they're on long contracts. You know, Wolves are going to be in a position next.
But if we drop down to the Championship, that sort of halves, doesn't it?
Well, if we go down the Championship, then that's
the value halves, and some of them will have clauses in the contract.
The value of the players won't half. They'll still be.
Then what people will pay for them?
No, not necessarily. Because
it will drop.
No, it won't.
And if there's relegation clauses that the players pay,
their wages.
If we get relegated, we get.
No, that's not going to be how it is. The wages they might think it, but like players' value are still going to be valued because they're still deemed good enough for a Premier League, and that's how it works. Well,
but people know they can get a deal if we're in the Championship.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
because,
they will.
Because
it
next summer.
That's how it works.
No, next.
That's how it works.
Next summer. Next summer.
Sorry, I'm right. You're
next
wrong.
Summer, there's another. We'll have. Yeah, if we went down, we'd still be in a strong position. They still wouldn't necessarily. They would have to make sales, but they would be able to hold out if they needed to. Anyway, let's talk about Mr. Matt Hobbs. With Gary O'Neill, Emma's like gone because she's worried. I agree with what Emma's saying.
We don't have an infinite amount of time.
I agree with what Emma's got to say. Oh my God, there's a strange man lurking in the background. Oh my God, who's this? It is sensation.
I've got a message from the manager and said, would you turn the volume down?
We're asking you, what's your opinions on Gary O'Neill's sensation?
He's still got length in his stride, but It's whether it's stride taking us to the right place, ain't it?
I like the way you put things.
Yeah.
He's still got length and his stride, but is he going in the right direction?
Well, that's it. That's the big.
Talk about sitting on the fence.
Yeah. No, I'm still hopeful that he can carry on what
You see,
he's
I think
doing,
me and
but-
Sensation are in the same place.
But he's got to prove his worth, and
I
he's
was
only got a few matches to do it.
I was gone after Brentford, but he's got 5 points. I think. I know the performances haven't been great, so like, but he's in the job. The acid test for me now is going to be Fulham and Bournemouth because there's no excuses. There's no more excuses. There's no more credit in the bank.
We could have goals from Jimenez and Traore at Bournemouth.
Literally, just because he beat Southampton, who basically had 7% possession, doesn't mean he's out of the woods. It means he's at a solution. So if the results carry on like they were before Southampton, i.e.,
So,
right,
if we lose at Fulham, are
yeah.
you sacking him?
It depends on how bad.
If we lose at Fulham and Bournemouth, are you sacking
Yes.
him? Yes.
I think
That's,
so.
that's the challenge, though. You need to get Fulham first because they're on an ascendancy, whereas we ain't. We don't seem to be. And then Bournemouth, like, have had some good results against the higher teams as well. So there's a struggle in the next two matches. You
But-
can't go sort
none
of like
None of them are easy.
no, you can't go ahead
Well,
in the clever.
no game in the.
No,
This is what people were saying. Oh, we've had a really tough start, and then they're going to go, oh well, Fulham are like 6 or something
Yeah.
stupid like that. They're playing really well. Bournemouth have recently beat Manchester City. I know everyone's beating Man City at the moment. It's the thing. Oh, by the way, on the plane over, this is funny. Emma was sitting next to 2 really miserable Manchester City fans. They weren't very engaging. And at the end, when we're getting off, I tried to make a joke. I said like, what did I say? I said something like,
If you need any advice
If you-
about losing,
if you need any advice about losing, how to deal with losing so many games, then you can talk to us. Honestly, they haven't got a sense of humour at all, have they? They haven't got a sense of humour.
perhaps this is what you said.
Matt wants to know what happens if we beat Fulham. How are you going to feel then?
I don't feel any different because I can just see us going.
What is that a B?
No,
No,
I
it's a six
just
to
don't see any consistency. That I still think he hasn't fixed any of the problems that the team have got.
Give me a second. Just carry on asking. What's your thoughts? Sam?
Where are you going?
What's yours?
He's going to do it.
What's your thoughts?
No, we're back on again. We stand a chance at any game, but if they're on top form, I can see us sort of going down. And sometimes it's how bad we do against them as opposed to how good. Because if we do fall off a cliff, I can see really all the people that are, O'Neill's okay, like me. They might turn and say like, I think it's time that we did do a change.
Okay, we're going to move on from Gary O'Neill, and then we're going to get some questions. What do you think? Because it's come out today that the independent regulator, because obviously Matt Hobbs was,
We've got a stadium.
he got a 2-match stadium ban and a £7,000 fine. We found out the reason for that was because he was in the tunnel, as he often is, I think, with the players, and he was in the middle of the tunnel when the 3 officials came off. Yeah, it was in Kavanagh. He told, and it was the Man City game, and he basically said, effing, swear in an aggressive way.
You couldn't wait to.
effing give that goal. We can't swear, obviously, because this is a family channel. I'd like to know what your thoughts on that, your thoughts are on what he said after that game.
But it wasn't in the middle of the length of the tunnel.
He was at the edge.
He was standing right at the entrance in the middle, and players were going each side of him. So he was actually, wouldn't say he wasn't impeding anybody, but he was certainly splitting the run of people off the field.
What do you think about that?
I think that Matt Hobbs knows that if he says that, he's going to get a fine. He knows he's done it before, so it's going to be a big fine and a stadium ban. He knew what he was doing. He shouldn't have sworn. He should have done it properly through the channels. Fans may be love him for it, that he's said what they think, but I just think, is he director?
Well, he's a sporting director,
Yeah.
so
So he's technically a director of our club. He should have had more decorum and done it. If he wanted to object to it, he should have gone through the proper channels. Is my opinion.
What's yours?
I agree. There is, if a player can't challenge a ref on the field, yeah, and he certainly shouldn't be doing it off the field. And today you can't challenge. You've got channels that you can go through to challenge.
You can't do that in any workplace.
Yeah. Let's face it. At the end of the day,
he's in the wrong.
Well, yes, he is, but we were all angry and frustrated at the end of that game. There were fans effing and blinding and going mad and stuff. We were upset.
But not just a fan, he's a director of the
Absolutely, he is. But in that moment when the refs are coming off the pitch and he's standing there and he's angry, I'm not I'm not condoning it because he's a director, and but if we've all been there when the emotion of the moment where you've been upset and angry, and he got the thingy, but we're back. We thought that they were getting at us again. But I was just saying I can understand it because we were all angry. But as a director, you probably shouldn't. But a lot of us are like, yeah, you said what we all thought. So
the thing is, if you wanted to raise issues and challenge and whatever, it just damages anything that you go forward saying. And
Carl says it was in the heat of the moment. He said, we're swearing not right to the end of the games. I mean, if you're in the stand swearing, it's thingy, but like I say, he's a Wolves official. So I'll get it, yeah.
If he hadn't have swore and he just said you couldn't have waited to do the bottom, and he hadn't actually swore, is that aggressive?
You don't know what his demeanour was like on the
I'd say you can't tell just from the words.
If you look at it from the point of view that if he swore, it's what aggression was actually deemed to be there.
Well, the ref agreed, and I guess they'd review the footage.
The ref was backed up by the officials.
At the end of the day, as a director, he probably shouldn't have done it, but fair play, because we were all angry, and we were all angry at the thing. And in the heat of the moment, we've all said stupid things and gone off a bit, and probably said, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have reacted that way." Can't condone it because he's, couldn't condone it of anyone being aggressive to anyone because that's not what we're about. But he got a stadium ban and £7,000 fine. So has the point been hit home that he said? Well, in the subsequent 2 games, we've had a VAR decision at the end of the Palace game that went our way. We had a VAR decision disallowing a Southampton goal, and we didn't have VAR interfere in the build-up to the Kuna goal. So I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, questions. It's a chance for Q&A for me, the producer, and Sensation, who's our esteemed guest, enjoying all the sunshine. And guys, I don't know if you whilst you do that, I'm just going to let you know. Look, none of you noticed I changed the hat. Well, I didn't change the hat. Basically, I've got this bucket cap hat on, and it reverses here. So if you want one of these bucket caps, use the link in the description below this video or podcast. You have to use the link. Use the Always Wolves 15. They're absolutely brilliant, these hats are. And for being on holiday with the sun, they're fantastic. So there's a link below. Go on to the Focus. So you get 15% off everything, but you have to use the link. But there's a lot of people that wanted to get them before they're out of stock. I'm told they're back in stock. So get on them before they sell out. So have we got a question for Emma? So the question for Emma is, what do you think of Jade from Jade?
I don't really know Jade. Maybe she come come and introduce herself at a match. But, you know, if she's a woman supporting football, we're all there for it.
Absolutely. MJ's got a question to the panel. Do you want to manage with attacking philosophy or a manager with a defensive one?
Both? Why can't we have both?
Why can't we have both?
Why can't we have someone that knows how to defend and attack? Is that unreasonable?
I don't think it's unreasonable. Listen, we want someone that scores plenty of goals, plays entertaining football, and we don't concede many.
Yeah.
And then we might.
But to be honest, it's the conceding the goals that's our real issue at the moment.
It don't make any difference how good you're attacking football.
Yeah.
If you score 2 and lose,
A bit like Brighton,
lose by
Brentford.
6, it don't
We scored
it
3
don't
and
make
they
any
scored 5.
difference. So your first is defence, yeah, and then your second is you've got to put some scores on the street.
I think any manager coming in is going to build from the back and sort and see that as his first problem to fix.
Another question here. Do you think GON is firmly settled on the formation? No.
No.
I think he's still, I think that's what we've talked about.
Mr. Flip-flop.
Identity.
He's playing this hybrid system at the moment, 5/4, which is similar to what we played last year. But
Well, the last 3 games we've on 3 unbeaten, so you know, let's hope it continues. Scott, question for all: what needs to change for the defence, and why? Well, I'll answer this. We need to bring in a proper, established centre back in January, not at the end of January, not in the middle of January, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, when the window opens, who can be Premier, not someone that's going to be ready in 6 months' time or 6 years' time. We need to go and bring in a proper defender because at the end of the day, we've only got 3 fit senior defence centre backs.
they're not fit though. We've got Dawson with
What I'm on
a
about,
calf and Santi Bueno with a groin injury.
and then the cards. Why they didn't do that this is the one thing I got annoyed with, is that they needed to do that in the summer and they didn't. They gambled. Yersa Mosquera got injured, and then we've got our backups, so that French lad Bastien and Alfie Pond, who are very young lads.
Yeah, but you've got the midfield that's neither here nor there, is it?
What do you mean? We've got a great midfield.
It's moving them around now to fill in gaps and whatever. So that's when it starts to break down, is when people are not settled in a position.
We're not defending as a team, are we?
And we need to bring in a left back as well.
Well, that's another issue, isn't it? We're playing wing backs when really you play a back
we need
four.
depth. We need depth. We need depth at the back. Let's have a look. MJ, this is first. We'll get Stan to answer this first, and then you can see how astute he is. Who's your man? What manager would you want?
I have not got a clue really. You can't really pick. Who would you pick?
I'll let Emma answer it then, because she'll have an answer.
Well, we've been linked to a few, haven't we? David Moyes, I think he would, if he came in now, he's going to keep. He got West Ham, they won European trophy, but he's quite defensive football, and we could end up in a position where we want to get rid of him in 12 months. But he would do a job. Do I want him? Probably not. Potter, I think he'd come in and do a job.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this Aberdeen manager. Is it Stelling?
Yeah,
Other than he's winning.
And what about Lou Van Nistelrooy?
Was he at PSG before?
I don't know. Conceição, have we said him?
Conceição. Well, if you listen to what Porto fans say about Sergio Conceição, they say he's an upgrade on Nuno. He's Nuno 2.0. And if that is genuinely the case,
yes, please.
Yes, please.
Is the French lad injured? I think he's fit now again. He was injured.
But only just returned to training, I think.
Start a poll to have Neves ever again. And on that, I actually do think the Neves effect definitely played a part at the weekend's win, especially when he came on the pitch at half time. Did he?
Yeah, he went in the dressing room at the end.
At the end?
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. But like, he was on the pitch at half time, and then Kuna scores a Neves-like goal, and the atmosphere of the second half. I think Neves being there certainly
I think
certainly helped Gary O'Neill that game.
Oh yeah, I think it helps the crowd.
Yeah,
because they were singing Ruben Neves songs and whatever, and they weren't singing Gary O'Neill out sort of songs.
Lifted the spirits the same as the result did.
do you think we could ever get Nuno back? I know he's doing amazing in Forest, but what if we paid the compensation?
I don't think Nuno. And I'm not saying he would never come back, but at this stage, he's not coming
Just
back.
to let you know, right, on Nuno, when we were looking for a new manager, when Beale and all of them, and we eventually got Lopetegui in, he was potentially going to come back then, but there was a big payout needed to pay to Saudi, which was a lot of money.
Was it how much he had?
I think because he left because Jeff got rid of him because they fell out and he sacked him. I think
He wanted more money.
didn't want more money for himself.
No, he wanted more money for
He
players.
wanted more money for players, and then they gave it to Large. That was the opportunity that Nuno might have come back, but he hadn't long gone to Saudi. As in buying him out from Forest, absolutely not a chance of that happening at the moment. He's at Forest. Nuno's not the sort of person. He has a lot of integrity. He will not walk out on a club he just wouldn't do that. Forest. He ain't going to leave Forest to come back to Wolves. I don't think he'll come back to Wolves while we have the owners are current. In the future, potentially, but in the short term, that's not going to happen. Who do you think is the most beloved manager in Wolves history?
I think of recent date, Nuno, because of what he did for us. He took us to Europe. We have so many memories. I think people still love Mick McCarthy, although it went sour at the end. He was with us for a long time.
Stan Cullis.
And I've found Mick McCarthy. I mean, I even think Kenny Jackett.
Kenny Jackett, and we do wish him well, by the way, because Kenny Jackett, I met him recently at a do, and he just stepped down as director of football for Millwall because he's not very well. So we do send our love. Yeah. He's a cracking guy, a proper football gentleman, Kenny Jackett, very interesting. I wouldn't say he's up at the level of Nuno and Mick, but he did a great job when we were in.
But he only really left because they wanted.
He did a good. He helped start the revolution or the back up, and then you look at Stan Cullis. So you got Mick McCarthy. You've got who's the other one? Graham Turner as well. Did a great job for us when we were rock bottom. Points to stay.
Personally, for me, Nuno.
I kept saying, right, points to stay up. Let's ask Stan this one. How many points do you think we need to stay up? He's saying 35.
It's hard to say, only because you don't know what the other teams are going to do. But
I
always said originally we could finish at 8. Look, that was a bit
I said 9.
That's not unreasonable when Matt Hobbs was telling us we were going to push for Europe.
Yeah. So, how many points? I don't know. You've got to be at least, to stop up, we've got to get at least 30.
I think we need more than 30.
You reckon?
Yeah, 30 is not going to be enough. I think that we can be low this year. I think 34, 35 points is about right. If you get 40, if you get 38, 40, you should be fine.
That's 1 or 2 games, isn't it?
So I mean, there's a lot of people still not behind Gary, and we've covered this if you earlier on in the show, in the podcast. Jade wants to know she's wise. She was wise. She's she probably is wise, but she's a turncoat. When you support a team, you stick by your team. It'd be like, I had someone on saying they're going to, in the comments, they supported Wolves, but now they're going to support Villa because Wolves ain't winning. I'm like, well, I said to them, then you, not in so many words, but sod off. We don't want you, because like a supporter of a club, you're not a supporter if when the things go bad, you decide, well, I'm going to go support them because they're doing a bit better. And I said, like, what happens when Villa start not doing so well, which they are not? They're having on a bit of a bad run at the moment.
Is
So
it
yeah,
that's Champion League? Catching
it's
up with them?
maybe catching up with them. Yeah. So like, look, Jade, if you've turned code to go to Emma, that's fine. Because
We really don't mind.
I
You
can't-
can change every
I
week.
can't
and support the
say
winner.
I can't say on the balance of results, but like I'd say you're a bit of a glory hunter. You know, those are no, seriously, a bit of a glory hunter. Because if you support Team Dave, you're not doing it for the glory. So when we start winning, you know, which I have done 2 in a row now, you know, I haven't given up.
That's 2 in how many though? 10.
Yeah, okay, but I've won. I've won the last.
You're gathering the momentum
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
it.
I've got the last
2 in a
2.
row.
So,
Anyway, I'm going to leave you to finish off.
okay.
I'm going to go and get the rum and coke and see whether it'll sort of still get down as good as the first one.
Who loves sensation?
So I'll see you back in the UK.
Well, no, we'll see you up for food
I'll
in a
see
minute.
you for food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We won't be back in the UK unless you get on a plane tonight and everything. So yeah, there he is.
I'm still waiting for you to buy that point.
We don't have to buy anything here because it's all
I know
inclusive.
that. I'm still waiting for you.
He left me at the bar to pay today.
Yeah, I know. Terrible that was running.
No one is getting hyped about the win against Southampton. If you watch
Right.
any of the shows, we're not getting hyped about that. We're just relieved. But it's like I say, as it papered out the class, when will Molyneux be upgraded? That's a very good question. Listen, guys, listen. We've got an exclusive show. You need to be subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, because we've got an exclusive show on Friday with someone that knows about a lot of stuff to do with I'm not going to give it away. Just makes it's insightful, an expert. It's a bit of an exclusive that we've got going on, and the Molyneux comes up in that show. So all I'm saying is, make sure you hit that, along with a lot of other things. No, she wasn't always Team Emma. She was Team Dave. I remember saying she was Team Dave. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, I've got my hardcore. Matt says he now lives in America. My mate from school, Mark, sits behind you in the North Bank. Oh, fantastic. Make sure you pass on our best wishes. Tell him to come and say hello. So, what is your favourite meal out there? If you want us to ask us any questions, just to finish off with about where we are. We're in Morocco. We're in Agadir, which is beautiful, lovely people, lovely weather, and it's good value for money as well. And it's good, you know, we really like it over here. What's your favourite meal out here?
I don't know. We do like the Moroccan food, but you get all sorts here. So there's a lot of fish, because we're right by the sea, obviously. There's a lot of fish, a lot of seafood. You get chicken. I tell you what, yesterday was great big junts of roast meat and Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
And cheesy leeks and really
There's
stuff
a lot
you
of
don't expect to get on a holiday.
There is a lot of choice, to be fair. We've got Michael in the house. He says, check you pair, living it up. I don't know about that, living it up. We've got our cups of tea and stuff, but the weather's lovely. It's nice to get a bit of winter sun.
We're later time than you, so don't get fooled by the backdrop.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. So
it's earlier in the UK.
So we're an hour ahead in terms of time zone.
So it's 6:45, Neela.
So it'd be 6:45 if you're watching this live. North Street says, could we lose a nil out there? I don't think we could. It's pitch black there, they said. Yeah, it will start to get dark here soon. So yeah, guys, look, I really hope you've enjoyed the thing. As I say, if you want one of these hats, which are reversible, as I said, before they sell out, use the link below. Always Walls 15. Use the link. Go on there. Find the cap. There's lots of other things. You might want some Christmas gifts. Use that link. But you have to use. And it's not
all Wolves stuff. There's other stuff.
You can, yeah. If you've got some like City fans or Southampton fans or whatever fans, they have these in for them as well. They've got all the Premier League. They've got all
and a few others.
They've got the American football. They've got Marvel stuff. But you get 15% off everything. Using the link and the code. But like as I say, I love this cap. I'm wearing it all the time. You'll see me a lot in it. Also in the link below, you will see that the Always Wolves socials. Follow us on social, my socials, and Emma's socials are on there as well. So if you want to follow Emma's Instagram or Twitter, she's on there as well. And yeah, look out for the show on Friday. And obviously we're still doing some daily content for you. So I hope you're off it on Friday. It's not a live on Friday. It's a show that I'm still editing. It'll be up probably around about 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday. I was going to put it out tomorrow, but England are playing tomorrow, aren't they? So yeah, happy faces, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice having a bit of. It's the international break. So
you were a bit fed up, weren't you?
Well, I have to look with the channel. We have to report and give you guys news and try and give you updates, and we do shows. And obviously, there's so much negativity because rightly.
It gets a bit depressing saying the same.
Well, I tried to be smiley face, but it was getting me down because I don't want when you want to.
But it's all right. We went to the pub and he was fine.
If you cheered me up, we had
I had a glass of wine.
a glass of wine.
It out.
Hi guys, it's -5 in Ontario. I think it's about 20 degrees here at this time of night at the moment. It's a little bit overcast today, but it's nice.
It's actually not overcast. If you look, it just looks it on there.
Yeah, no. No, it's not. It's just because the sun's coming out.
I think it's because the light's behind us.
Matt says, have a lovely holiday. Yes, we are, but we're still going to be doing stuff soon, but we're doing some reports and things like that. Any news, we'll be giving you the updates as always. We'll just be in a bit of a different location. Listen, thank you ever so much for joining. We're going to get sorted. And, I'm sure we'll put something on our Insta story, suited and booted for later. So if you look for Emma's Instagram or my Instagram, we'll put something on our stories. Or both. And thank you for joining us. And if you're watching it on catch up, hope you're enjoying it. If you're listening to it on the podcast, love to you all. And yeah, all the best. And always Wolves. Bye.
See you, folks.
Bye.
See you next week.